Hey there. Today I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how to build a Data Studio report using a Google Sheets document that you might have on your Google Drive. Let's say you're tracking sales for a business or some other quantity and you want to get a good idea of the amounts and maybe filters on dates for those amounts. And you want to use that to analyze, help your business get better, right? This can help you do that. So what you see in front of you is a quick mock-up of a simple report. You've got your date, date sold, your item, your sales channel, sold amount, shipping cost, selling cost, and we're going to build a report off of this sheet using this information. So if you go over to Google and you type in Data Studio, you will be able to pull up this application. Next, we're going to create a new report here by going to Blank Report. And then it's going to ask us to select our source. In this case, it's Google Sheets, and it's the example sheet that we'd created. So now that we have our source, it's going to give us this table by default. We're going to remove that, and then we're going to create a box that will show us our item sales. So we just go to Insert, and then select Scorecard. It gives us this little box here with properties and information over on the right hand side of this little navigation pane here. So if we want our sales, we'll go to this metric and select sold amount. Hey, look at that. Let's take a quick look just at our sold amount, and you'll see $445.25. Looking good so far. So I want the proper units for this, so I'm going to select currency here. And that was under type, and it looks like it's sum, so that's also good as well. So we are set. We have our sold amount. The next thing I want to see is something around our costs, right? So we had what shipping costs and I think selling costs. So we're going to insert more of these scorecards. And we'll select the proper metric. We want selling cost. So this could be things like auction fees, or maybe payment charges, or payment processing charges. Let's go to currency, make sure it's in dollars. So we have selling costs, and I think we had shipping as well, so we'll add another scorecard for shipping. Oops. Select the proper units. There we go. So our first basic scorecard values. Now let's say I want to see a calculation of these different metrics. I can add another scorecard. And in this case, when I go to select the metrics, I want to select Create Field. And we'll call this one Profit. This will be the sold amount minus the selling costs minus the shipping costs. And I will make sure that this is set to currency and hit apply. Yeah, look at that. So now I've got a report, real easy one, real simple one, kind of ugly, but it shows our sold amount, our selling costs, our shipping costs, and our profit. Now let's say I want to add just a little bit of formatting to this, something that makes it look almost so close to a real report, right? These it has this little grid lock, which is nice, and it gives you the idea of the distance and everything, so you can make it symmetrical. And let's say I want to just kind of group these things together. I can go to Shapes, select rectangle in this case, and where did it all go? Right? It's you just have to send this to the back. So send to the back. Right, and there you go. Gray is kind of an ugly color here, so I'll just select a nice sort of palish yellow. For my scorecards, I'll probably put something that makes them stand out and tells a little bit about the information of what they represent. So we'll do green and red. That's a very bright red. Okay. There we go. So just some simple formatting can help you make this a little bit cleaner. Do the same thing to our, we'll put some borders around these actually. You can format all of this in style. Outline, solid. We want that to be black. There we go. Got a solid black border around that, just to make it stand out and be a little easier to read. All right, now we're going to create a date filter so that we can specify what we want to see, when we want to see these numbers for. So I'm going to go to Insert, and then I'm going to select Date Range Control. Put that right over here. And there's not much configuration that's needed here because in each of your scorecards, you'll see it's got a date range dimension tied to date, which is our date here. So now if I hit view, there we go, and then select a date range, proper date range. Let's see here, let's select July. It's going to give us our totals for July. Let's do a quick check on that. See everything that was sold in July. That number should be 205. And there it is, 205. And then we can obviously select August. We'll get 240. 240. All right, so we prove that it works, validated that it's working. And this date range filter will let you see whatever months that you've tracked when you select them. Just remember that you will need to refresh the data source, which can be done through here to sometimes make it capture the changes you've made to the sheet as you're making them. So don't fret too much if it says no data or it shows some sort of error. Usually it just means you have to refresh the report. The last thing we're going to do is create a pie chart showing our sales channels. So I'm going to go back into Edit, Insert, Pie Chart. I'm just going to tuck this off to the side over here, and it's going to default to showing all the different items. But I want to see items. I want to see the sales channel, eBay, local, for example. So I go select Sales Channel under Dimension, and bam, there we go, 47.6% eBay, 52.4% local. And that will also be adjusted by the date filter too. And there you have it. Very quick, easy tutorial on building Data Studio. Hopefully that gets you enough to get started and go in there and play around. I found this to be very helpful and very educational to use and to play with. With that, I hope you have a good day.